Are you struggling with creating video content for your business, side hustle, or YouTube channel? Wave Video is here to help. It's the platform I recommend the most to small business marketers because it's a full suite of tools: video recorder, editor, easy to use templates, screen capturing, live streaming, GIFs, video to email, and believe it or not, even more. With Wave Video, you can easily create professional-looking videos for your website, social media, or ad campaigns in just minutes. Wave Video's intuitive drag-and-drop editor lets you add text, music, and animations to your videos, making them truly stand out from the crowd. So why wait? Sign up for Wave Video today and start creating videos that capture your audience's attention and drive results for your business. Tap the link in the episode description to get 10% off any paid plan. Wave Video. Create better video content in less time. Welcome to the Marketing Clarity Podcast, the show that definitely remembers to delete its search history. On this episode, I am talking about Google Search Essentials. What is it, and what you need to know for your business website? Let's get pedaling. My name is Ross Erosion. I'm a marketing and content coach, and I work with small businesses and solopreneurs to help clear the digital marketing fog. Find out how I can deliver to you customer clarity, content clarity, and company clarity with my Marketing Clarity program at getmarketingclarity.com. So Google just recently rolled out what they're calling Google Search Essentials. And this is replacing what was formerly called Google Webmaster Guidelines. They say because webmaster is a dated term, right? And doesn't include all the content creators who want to see their content create or rank in search results. So webmaster is essentially like Dungeon Master. It is out. And they are just saying, hey, if you make stuff on the web, here is what you need to know as it relates to search. Now, they've released this in 3 different categories: technical requirements, key best practices, and spam policies. And I'm going to go through each one of these relatively quickly, but at the level that is still going to be very helpful to you because you could spend a day going through a lot of this and deep diving, but you don't got a day. You got however much time you've dedicated to this podcast. So let's roll. Technical requirements. Here's all you need to know about technical requirements. The good news is that by doing nothing, most sites pass the technical requirements according to Google. That's whether it is on Wix or on Squarespace or on WordPress. For the most part, unless you've gone in and messed with things, which you probably have not, your site is probably meeting the technical requirements according to Google. So that's good news, right? Okay, good. Now let's talk about key best practices. So here are some of, I think, the big takeaways related to key best practices inside of the Google Search Essentials. So first, use keywords people would search for and place them in prominent areas, such as titles, headings, and alt text. Okay, so keywords that are relevant to your business, but also that overlap of what are words and phrases that people may be using related to search. You're going to want to put those in titles and headings. Okay, the second thing, and this is a biggie. I'm going to spend really a bulk of our time on this episode in this category. Create helpful content. Now, this comes on, right after Google's quote helpful content update that came in August of 2022. And here are the things when we're talking about helpful content that needs to be defined, obviously. So let's talk about all the pieces, the parts that can kind of make up helpful content. So the first thing is you're going to want to write for people and not for Google. A very common mistake people make, and also this is kind of one of the holdovers, if you will, from people who do SEO and they're still clutching to the old ways, right? I'm using air quotes there, right? Is that they're writing specifically for Google and they're not writing for people. And Google's smarter than that now, okay? So you have to ask yourself, is this designed to attract people from search engines rather than being made for actual human beings? That's important, right? Write for people, not for Google. So part of that comes with how mechanized, if you will, it is, how voicey it is. You know, if you read it and you're like, this kind of seems clunky or doesn't really flow, or this isn't kind of how I would, if I was explaining it in person, this is not how I explain it, then tweak it, okay? Are you adding value? Okay? Adding value is the key component of search. And Google understands that in a number of different ways. How much bounce rate. If people land on your page and they don't find it helpful and they go back, that means maybe that wasn't particularly helpful. How long they spend on your page, right? Do they click other links on your site? These are all signals that relate to value. You know, I think this is one of the questions that Google asks is, does your content leave readers feeling like they need to search again to get better information from other sources? So if you are trying to answer a specific question, address a particular issue among your audience, when they are done reading it, do they feel like they need to go back to Google because their question wasn't answered? The question or the query that you're going after is not answered. If they do, you need to continue to work on that content, okay? Here's another one. Are you writing to a particular word count because you've heard or read that Google has a preferred word count, which they don't, by the way? Okay. And this has also been one of those big evolutions because Google better understands language now. And a big misunderstanding is that just by in itself, longer content ranks better. It does not. Now, if it is longer, more in-depth content that addresses a question, that adds value and answers a question, then yes, of course, longer versus shorter is going to do a little bit better. But by and of itself, just because if something is long, but it's super fluffy, like there's a lot of crap in there that's not relevant, that doesn't mean it's going to rank. So trust me when I say size doesn't matter. That's what I've been told by people, but by Google, not by people, definitely not that, but by Google has told me that. And they have come out and said that. So it's about answering the question, providing as much useful information as possible. And if you can do that and it's only 2 paragraphs, okay, that's better than 2 paragraphs of actual substance and then 6 paragraphs of fluffy crap you don't need. Okay? So this is a lot of the unpacking, if you will, of the key best practices as it relates to creating helpful content. Okay? Now, of course, Google has what's called EAT. They don't specifically live by this, but it's definitely one of the things that they promote. And EAT stands for expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. So, you want to help users. The content, you want to, I say you want to come across as an expert, but really you want to talk about things that you know about, right? We don't want to make this that you're just fibbing left and right, because that's not how it works. And then when it comes to trustworthiness, this also is tied to, are other sites linking to you? Are you linking to other sites? Kind of what's hanging out and happening in your internet neighborhood, if you will, that gives Google, again, those signals that you are trustworthy. Okay? So that is the key best practices. And now I'm going to round out this Google Search Essentials with the third component, which is spam policies. And much like technical, here's the good news. By doing nothing, you are probably not committing any fouls related to spam policies. So here are some things that they list, and you probably don't even know what the hell they mean. Cloaking, doorways, keyword stuffing. You might know that one. That's where you're just jamming in a certain keyword in there and it doesn't even make sense. Like, let's say I wanted to rank for marketing agency, and I think Tricycle Creative is the best marketing agency among all the marketing agencies in the United States. And as a marketing agency, they really provide a lot of great services that other marketing agents, oh my God, no one talks like that. That is ridiculous. That is keyword stuffing. Sneaky redirects. Again, you probably don't know what that is, and you're probably not even doing it. Scam and fraud. Okay, now here's the thing. If you're listening to this, you would know if you're scamming and frauding people, so knock it off. Knock it off. You're ruining the internet for everyone. But again, you're probably not scamming and frauding. Now, one other thing you can check out if you are curious is Google also provides an SEO starter guide. It is quite bulky. Okay, there may be a lot of things you don't understand in there, but if you do want to check it out, I will link to it in the show notes at Marketing Clarity Podcast, so you can check out that link. Gather round, everyone. Gather round, quiet. Shh. Max, put down the scissors. Thank you very much. Let's talk. What did we learn on this episode? Okay? First, fresh, constant content is critical to improving your SEO. And that is through a blog. So if you don't have a blog, you need one, right? But of course, just starting a blog isn't enough. You need to have what? Well, useful content. So the second thing we learned, you need strategic content that answers questions and is relevant to your audience. Right? Just creating a blog full of content that's not relevant to your business or to your audience or to your customers, that's not the way to move the needle on SEO. And the other thing we learned today is that technically, or on the technical side, maybe I should better word that, you probably aren't doing anything wrong, but you could be doing more. And that's where hiring a SEO specialist like myself or someone else, but I do SEO and I'm here and you're listening to me. So, like me. And also if you're struggling with creating your content, well, again, that's why I'm sitting in this chair. I can help you. That is where my Marketing Clarity program comes in. And you can learn all about that, about how I help you get customer clarity, about how I help you get company clarity, and finally, how I help you get content clarity. All that by going to getmarketingclarity.com.